Hmm. Shalom, shalom, shalom. Saints of the Most High Yah. It's Pastor Rufus back again from the servants of Yah. Y'all tired of this setup, this format already? Let's see. Let's see. If you are, put it in the chat. Or not the chat, the, what's the name? But I think y'all can see what I got here on the screen. I think most of you have seen the title. And I think it's relevant to hear because there's been many accusations against me for being a bad leader. But let's hear what the leaders of Straightway thought of me before their minds were perverted and infiltrated by a devil dog. Okay? You see the title here. This is the block party, Straightway Georgia. What a beautiful time. This is coming straight from the Straightway, Indiana Goshen. Of course, y'all know this dude right here, Pastor Muir. Now, y'all got a video the other day about Elder Mitchell's testimony about Straightway Georgia, which was about 2 years ago. That was in 2022. This one is literally a little over a year ago, y'all. This is like June of 2023. So this was only a few months before Dow was able to get all these people to look at me in a different light. So mind you, the accusation against me is that I've been a deceiving devil all this time and had everybody in the ministry tricked. Listen closely, y'all. Listen closely to the words that Pastor Muir says about myself and Straightway Georgia. All right, let's go.
Hey, bless y'all, bless y'all, bless y'all.
Hope y'all
Pastor
can hear
Will
that.
here, going live. Haven't done this on YouTube in a while, but I am back at Goshen, Straightway Goshen, hallelujah. And just wanted to do a report on the time that we had in Straightway, Georgia. Here we go. Yeah, on the time that we had in Straightway, Georgia. This video is not gonna be long, but I just wanted to, number one, say all. There we go.
It's
Number
nine
one,
minutes
give
long.
y'all thanks.
9 minutes long.
Just for everything he's doing amongst this ministry, amongst the men and the women and the children in this ministry. It was a beautiful, beautiful time in Georgia, man. I'm like, I don't even know where to start, right? I mean, obviously, laying a split-face building was extremely taxing, right? It was taxing. That is real. Let me wipe this off. And I'm really feeling it this morning. The first couple of days, I was like, all right, I'm ready to go, you know. But when we get back, we drove what ended up being 11 hours back. Now, normally it doesn't take that long. It's just we had to take a couple of stops and, you know, reroute, which turned out perfect. But we got back here. Hallelujah. But the time that we had in Georgia, man, number one, shout out to Elder Rufus and his whole home, man. They did a wonderful, wonderful job. I'm pretty sure y'all gonna be seeing reports all over. They did a beautiful, beautiful job, man. It's just a beautiful spirit down there, man. The folk just the family of y'all, man. It's just love. When I say it's just love,
All right. I like to do early stops, then let them roll. Already giving me props. Already giving props to my family. Already giving props to the whole community. And said what? Love. Love. Now you think all these people gonna call Straightway Georgia and the number one thing coming out their mouth is love, and it really wasn't love there, y'all? Why would anybody want to break up such a beautiful community that is full of love, touching all of these communities the way they are? You think there'd be a little bit of jealousy there? Just a little bit, just a little bit. See, here's the difference, y'all, between when I put a video up about somebody testifying about me or when Dow puts a video up with people testifying about him. Typically, when Dow puts a video up with people testifying about him, it's people that's under his rulership. That's right. Folk that have, what would I say, teeth in the game. I know he recently did a video about Alabama. Now, do I believe the testimony of those saints from Alabama is true? I do. I believe the people of Straightway took care of them. See, they didn't. You notice if you go look at it, I don't think I'm gonna do a what do you call this reaction video to Bama because it's just their testimony of the time they had it Straightway for 5 days. I know how it works at Straightway though. They didn't spend no time with Dow, and they didn't spend no time doing nothing spiritual. Listen to their testimony. They talked about work. They talked about how the people get together. They talked about the love between the people. See if they talked anything about that besides in the beginning where it looked like everybody's forced to give him honor and praise. It's crazy. Here's the difference between me putting up stuff and him. These people ain't under my rule. I don't control their living. I don't control their livelihood. I don't control the land that they own. I don't control their finances. I don't control none of that. I don't have the power to tell them, if you don't agree with me or like what I do, I can make your life hell. I can destroy your character. I can put you out my ministry that I started. I thought it was Yah's ministry. I'm hearing other Hebrew Israelites say that Straightway belongs to Pastor Dow. Other Hebrew Israelites call themselves Hebrew Israelites, saying that Straightway belongs to Pastor Dow. I thought the people belonged to Yah. See, this is a real testimony right here, just because there's no strings attached to this. This is this man's honest opinion of what he experienced at Straightway with me. With me. Watch how the conversation talks about me, too. Not just thank you, Elder Rufus. It's going to talk about me and his experience with me. You didn't hear that with Alabama. Thank you, Pastor Dow. Let us come. Oh, the people Straightway did. The people straight. Oh, we love, 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 love. They ain't saying nothing about Pastor Dow after that. And well, a lot of folk don't realize the play on that. And I'm going to do another video because he did a video. And I'm going to definitely do a reaction to his video. I don't know if I'm going to do it later tonight. I don't know if I'm doing it tomorrow. I don't know when I'm going to do it, but I'm going to do it. And I'm going to show you guys exactly what a cloak of maliciousness look like. Some of you read it in the text and in the scriptures, but you have no idea what it looks like. I'm about to show you exactly what a cloak of maliciousness looks like. I'm probably going to title it Cloak of Maliciousness. We'll see. I don't know. We'll see what y'all say. But let's get back to Pastor Muir's testimony. Let's go.
Love is literally everywhere. Every single thing that you need was taken care of from start to finish. Hey, bro, Lee, tell him shit. Every single thing was beautiful, man, from start to finish.
Beautiful. Start to
Um,
finish.
so looking at that block building, man. If you didn't see it, I'm pretty sure. I think Elder Mitchell put up pictures um, from that building, and I mean, I don't know how many courses we went up, but
A lot.
it's gonna be a huge home. It's beautiful.
4,400 square feet.
But just seeing all the brothers come together and work as hard as they did, man. It's a beautiful thing. I was talking to a brother on the way home, and it's hard for men in this world, especially black men, to come together and to work
True.
on anything, on any project.
True.
Because everybody wants to be the boss. Everybody wants to say what is happening, this, say, and that, and third, and you get all of that. But it wasn't the case. We went down, direction was given, and we
Yep.
went to work. And I mean, we worked the entire time. The first day was pretty good. We had a nice little overcast, and but the next 2 days it got real hot.
Oh, yeah, in Georgia.
But seeing all the
Me
brothers
too.
work together and persevere, man, the spirit was just beautiful. Brothers was having a good time working together. It was just beautiful, man. And then seeing, the meals and how just efficient those sisters ran down there. I mean, from breakfast to lunch.
All right, now. Yeah. Georgia's been accused by some of not having good food, eating noodles and cheese and meat. You know, you had some salsa there. Last I checked, that's spaghetti. But we've been accused of hoarding all the good food for my family and not taking care of the brethren. Yeah. Y'all want to go back and look at some of my other videos for that. Look at Pastor Muir, what he talking about now. Let's go.
To dinner, to snack, every single day. Man, it's not easy feeding. I want to say it was 50 or 60 brothers. That's not easy doing.
50 or 60 brothers. Don't mind all of the women and children that are there helping as well. While they were there, we were taking care of about almost 100 people, y'all. 100 folk. Breakfast, lunches if they wanted it, real light lunch, dinners and snacks for a whole week. We did that twice. 2 times. Let me see if my, hold on. Okay, yeah, I don't know if this is being a screen or not. We did that for 2 weeks because we did the block party, I want to say for the 5 days the first time and then 4 days the second time. Yeah, yeah. Let's go. But the reason I'm saying all that, we're poorly managed, remember? There's videos being put out now that these communities that were under me, which would be Straightway Cleveland, which no longer exists, Straightway Bama, Straightway Georgia, and Straightway Georgia East, they need to come down and learn what real community is all about. Mind you, Straightway Georgia was a viable, loving, strong, flawless community. When I say flawless, guess what I mean by that, y'all? Not that mean we did everything right, but some of y'all that are still close to these people, ask them, like ask Pastor Muir, ask Elder Rob, ask Dow, ask Elder Becker, ask Elder Mitchell. Matter of fact, ask Jonathan, because he's in over a community. Ask Brother Robert down there at Straightway Georgia East. All right. Ask Elder Brent. Tell them to tell you the one time that any saint, I'm talking about saints that live on the land, which Vernon told you I was about 35 left with before our family. So we're talking 40 something people. And then there was anywhere from 45 to 70 that came extra on top of that. Because on a bad week, we'd have 65 saints there. On a good week, we'd have 110 for Shabbat services, y'all, weekly. Tell them, ask any of them leaders, when did anybody in a 14-year period from 2011 to 2024 come and complain about anything at Straightway Georgia? The food, the finances, the care of the grounds, the care of the people, the money that the saints got, the treatment of the saints, the leadership, the organization, the environment, the atmosphere. Y'all ask them whatever you want. Tell one of them to tell you just one time that a saint said, let me go complain about Georgia to leadership. Tell one of them to produce one accusation before Dow got in everybody's ear when this situation went down. I'll be waiting to hear some results on that. Let's go.
And to see the efficiency of them sisters, I know Shepard alluded to.
Oh my God, did he just say efficiency of the sisters? I ain't gonna keep stopping y'all. But remember, I'm a bad leader. I was leading really, really bad. Efficiency. Let's go.
it on one of the videos, man. They was up and down that road constantly, all day, with babies, with food, just back and forth, back and forth. And you can taste when somebody cooks your food with love.
Oh, can you, Pastor Muir? You can taste when someone cooks your food with love. So we got a bad leader, but everybody at his community is full of love. In the effort that they're giving towards the saints, in the food they're preparing for the saints, in the efficiency and their demeanor of the saints, the atmosphere, all this. I'm going with some of the elementary stuff. Said all this love. Y'all not tripping on how much love was at Straightway Georgia? And somebody come in and break all that love up. Why? Because he ain't got it. He ain't got it.
And that's exactly what it was. the entire time. It was just a beautiful time. Um, and it was also good to see just the spirit on these communities, man, is it transfers from one place to the next. Like you literally don't skip a beat. You know what you receive when you at the hub. Um, and then to go to Georgia and receive the exact same thing, you know what you receive if you go to Elder Mitchell, to uh, to Straightway, Kentucky East. When you come here, when you come to Missouri, when you come to any one of these communities, you know what you're gonna receive, and it's just a beautiful thing. It's just so amazing to be able to sit and say, man, this is real, true family, and it was really beautiful. I mean, down to even washing your clothes if you needed them washed, washing your work clothes and having them folded and ready for you, and it was.
Shout out to the Straightway Georgia sisters at that time because that was beautiful. Y'all don't know how funky and nasty you get working out in the sun all day. And down there where the house was being built, there was really no shade. You had one big shade tree where they were actually mixing the mud under. And then I had a couple nice sized tents up. We ate under them. You could go sit them and get a little bit of shade. We got some fruit trees out there, but they're not that big yet. They were only like a couple years old at the time. So yeah, that was huge to see the brothers work all day, and then the sisters gather their clothes after they shower and everything, go wash them, stay up all night washing these brothers' clothes, have them folded up, sitting there. When they get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go work, their clothes are right there fresh if they want them. Socks, drawers, undershirts, t-shirts, jeans, khakis, it didn't matter. Every day, that's what they got up to. Fresh, clean clothes. We not run well though.
Beautiful. It was really, truly beautiful to see and experience. Um, Obviously, I know we got to go back down there here soon, so we can continue to build this building, which I'm excited about too. I really hope that it fits with my schedule. I can get back down there, but yeah, man. Overall, man, it's just shout out to Straightway Georgia, man. Y'all knocked this thing out the park, man, from start to finish, literally from start to finish. Shout out to Elder Rufus again. He's doing a wonderful, wonderful job down there, as y'all know. But
Hold on, I'm doing a what? What he say? I'm doing a. Yo, did y'all hear what he said? I'm doing a wonderful, wonderful job. Then he said, "As y'all know," like meaning everybody know this. Like this is common knowledge. Y'all hear that? Wow. I'm talking to my wife, y'all.
it's never bad to hear,
Let's go.
the lips of another man praise you, man. And Elder Rufus is doing an awesome job.
Now he had to come back and double down, triple down, body slam that thing. He said he doing an awesome job. He had to body slam the thing, y'all. Body slam it, Pastor Muir. Let everybody get to understand it. How did I fall off so fast, y'all? How did I fall off so fast?
Man, an awesome job.
Again. God.
And
Hold on a
pretty
second. Hold
soon
on a second.
I'm praying,
Let's hear that
man.
again,
And
y'all. Let's hear it again.
Elder Rufus is doing an awesome job, man. An
Awesome job.
awesome job.
Awesome job.
And you know, pretty soon I'm praying. I know what I'm gonna be praying for. Actually getting boots on the ground and being down there. I know what I'm gonna be praying for that community, which is they get every single piece of property
Did I go
down
back?
there
No, I
that's
ain't go back far.
available.
Hold on.
Every
I want
single
to hear that again.
fits with my schedule. I can get
I'm
back
sorry.
down there. But
Let me
yeah,
soak this
man.
in.
Overall, man, it's just shout out to Straightway Georgia, man. Y'all knocked this thing out the park, man, from start to finish. Literally from start to finish. Shout out to Elder Rufus again. He's doing a wonderful, wonderful job down there, as y'all know. But
Everybody know.
it's never bad to hear, the lips of another man praise you, man. And Elder Rufus is doing an awesome job, man. An awesome job. And
He's doubling down, y'all.
you know, pretty soon I'm praying. I know what I'm gonna be praying for. Actually getting boots on the ground and being down there. I know what I'm gonna be praying for that community, which is they get every single piece of property down there that's available, every single piece of property in Jesus' name.
All right. Now, let me tell y'all why this part right here is so important. Pastor Muir has been there. He saw all the small plots of land. Oh, excuse me, the small plots of land that we had acquired all through this time. Acre 1.2, point 0.3, 1 acre, half acre, 2 acres, half acre, all this stuff. These are all the plots that we acquired. He's seen all this, right? Did y'all hear what he said he wanted his prayer to be? I'm going to be praying that they acquire every single piece of land down there. Now he's going to make a statement about how the couple heathens that are around us, he can see a difference between their land and our land. Ours is just manicured, taken care of, and it encourages people in that area. You've heard Brother Vernon testify about um, how the people in the area love what we're doing and they get behind it and support us and give us discounts. They all want to help us make that community better, right? But the important part of what Pastor Muir is saying is because there are accusations from people like Vernon, from people like Dow, that said this place was always supposed to be temporary. The way this started, this was never supposed to be the final destination for Straightway, Georgia. Now, if that's the case, why is Pastor Muir praying for us to get more lands and acquire more lands down there? If he was under the auspice that this is a temporary place, wouldn't he have said, hey, I'm praying for them because, like, they got little small pieces, but we want them to get one big chunk of land where all of them can be on one piece of land together. I'm praying that they get that. Why is he praying that we just keep acquiring all the lands down there like we had already been doing? See, what a lot of folk don't know, one whole side of that block we pretty much owned except one little small piece with two little bitty houses on it. And I was actually at the time in negotiations with the man to buy that too. I was, because they got older and everything. I was already working with that man. You know, how old people move; they're a little slower, so I wasn't pressing him. But he had already contacted me saying that he was going to get ready, get his stuff out of the house, and that he was going to be willing to sell it to me. So why would Pastor Muir say publicly to everybody, "I'm praying that they get every piece of land down here," and not say, "Well, this is just temporary, y'all. Let's start believing for Pastor Rufus and these saints to get this big piece of land, 20 acres, 50 acres, whatever it is, so they can move their community and be a real community, to be a viable community." How are we not a viable community when we run so efficiently, when we do seamless work for the saints? Food is flawless. Care is flawless. Hospitality is flawless. Here's the number one flawless thing we do: walk in love. Don't you hear everybody talking about how much they love Straightway Georgia and how much love they felt there? Go back and listen to Elder Mitchell's testimony about Georgia. Slow it down and listen to the video about 3 or 4 times. It's only 9 minutes long. It's worth it spiritually for you. I promise you it is. Because he's saying some really serious things. Because mind you, Elder Mitchell been around since 2012. He came around when we did, or 11 or 12. He came around when we did, a few months after us. He's seen it all. He's seen all of Straightway. He's seen Indiana there. He's seen his community. He's seen Kabir's community. He's seen any other community that's been started. He's seen it. All those communities that was down there under me. He been to them. He's seen them. And he said when he got there, when he could see the real Straightway Georgia saints, he said, I've never seen nothing like it. What kind of testimony is that, y'all? Now you hearing Pastor Muir talk about how awesome and how wonderful this community is. Don't it make you think? Like, seriously, don't it make you think, what the hell happened? How could this turn so fast? Well, all these people lying a year ago and 2 years ago, or are they lying now? Which is it? Let's go.
Because they deserve it. And you can
We
see
deserve
the
it.
clear-cut difference where Israel owns and where the heathen owns. You can see the clear-cut difference. And as you know, Israel, well, wherever we own, it is well taken care of. It's immaculate, it looks good. It's just beautiful, man. It's beautiful. Let me see what else, man. The children, the young boys, man, they went down there and they worked extremely hard. I mean, they were striking. Teacher Shane took hold of that. Teacher Shane, man, had them boys going. And having the work sites clean. There's nothing better than being able to work at a work site and the work site is actually clean. It's not just a filthy mess.
Now I wonder where he got that from. Where did he get the information about work sites being a filthy mess? Is he talking about work sites in Indiana? Possibly at Straightway? And the only reason I'm saying is because where's Daniel worked at? He only started doing this. He's got plenty of videos on her testifying where he's done different work. Where he's started doing this kind of work coming to the faith. He hadn't done this before. So where's Pastor Muir been and experienced nasty work sites? I won't even answer that question. We don't run nasty work sites at all in Straightway Georgia. And guess what? Our young men get to experience what our older men get to experience. They got to go to school. They got stuff to do. They got chores. They got all that. But they get a chance to get in there on their free time and work because they want to learn. I tell you this, and I still will stand with this. The young men, I'm talking about the teenagers. I would have put the teenagers of Straightway Georgia up against any teenagers in the ministry, including Straightways. I sure would have. I was extremely proud of the desire and the effort that them young men did when it come to working. But guess what? Them young men was serious about Yah too. I'm talking about Malik. I'm talking about Jayden. I'm talking about Jay. This is brother James's son, oldest son. I'm talking about Natana. I'm talking about even when Carlisle came, because he was a teenager at that time. I think he may be 29. I don't remember. I'd have put them boys up against anybody in the ministry. When it comes, any teenagers in the ministry, they loved Yah first and foremost, and they worked their tails off for Yah. And they were just eager and hungry to learn. And a lot of them boys know a lot of stuff because I gave them the opportunity to be in these scenarios and situations. Now, we're not doing no building. We ain't doing nothing. How are these boys learning all this stuff? If we're not doing any building in Georgia, see, that's the accusation. We got nothing. We ain't got no buildings. We ain't get nothing in 14 years. One building was down, said, which is a flat out bona fide lie. Because guess what? That one building he's talking about is still on land that's in my name. So they're not utilizing that now. So how is it that they're able to house 35 people? Somebody tell me, how is it that they're able to house 35 people? Vernon said there's 35 people left in the community. That many ain't there no more. But how are they able to take all of them and put them on 1.5 acres if we ain't never built and put nothing together? Make sense of that, y'all. See how words go out and they have no substance whatsoever. They have no foundation in truth whatsoever. It's just a man that's in his feelings and emotions. And he's jealous and he's envious to the bone of a poor man that has never had nothing that he called his own, doing it on a level that he did it and actually greater, because mine, the stuff I was doing never wavered from love. It was all drenched in love. The atmosphere and the environment was just saturated with love so that people could heal spiritually. Man, let's go, Pastor. Man, let's go.
And the young boys is down there working, man, sweeping and cleaning. And I mean, my tools, man, I was getting them back every day. They were just clean. I mean, striking those walls. I mean, that's not easy to go around all day long striking walls. So that's what beautifies the building, man, and it seals all the joints in. But man, them young boys were going after it all day.
Man, let me tell you something. Some of them young boys told me, y'all. Y'all see it ain't much time. It's like a minute and something to go in this video. Bringing back memories, just thinking about stuff. Some of them young boys coming to me, thanking me for the opportunity, thanking me for doing something different than anybody else in the ministry had ever done. This going back to Brother Jonathan's testimony. When you go back to, what's that thing called? I'm trying to remember how the saints really feel about Pastor Rufus. When you go to that video I got on here, how the saints really feel about Pastor Rufus, Brother Jonathan gives a testimony about how this setup that we ended up doing challenges everybody in the ministry because it pushed them in areas that they never been pushed in before. Now, to this point, y'all, now when this video was made in June and we finished that building, it was said by all the leaders, probably except Dow, but it was said by all the leaders, because Dow wasn't said because he was jealous, but it was said by all the leaders, this was the best building and job that was ever done by a Straightway crew. Then guess what? We go to Bama. I was going to say Goshen. We go to Bama. Not far after that. Not far after that. A couple months after that, right? And when we did that, guess what they said? This is the best that we've ever done. Now, mind you, what's the two things we got in common in both of those? I put Jonathan over the job here in Straightway, Georgia for this house for me. Of course, Jonathan's going to be over the one in Alabama that they built in the tabernacle or whatever, the multi-purpose building for them. But Jonathan and both of them said, I want you supervising Pastor Rufus. You have the means to go pick up stuff. You have also the authority and the know-with-all when people are out of place, not doing what they're supposed to do. You're going to make sure everybody stays efficient in what they do. I don't need you laying block because I got plenty of block layers. I don't need you mudding. I got plenty of mudders. I got plenty of people getting experience. I need you to make sure everybody's on task. I don't want to hear anybody speak that they need this, they need that. That's your job, Pastor Rufus. And guess what I did? Got everybody everything they needed. This is what you're hearing testified by Pastor Muir right now. Think about it. He's saying, man, everything, man, my tools, everything was in order. I never wanted for nothing. Supervisors are actually needed. See, I know the difference between a manager is someone that can go out there and work with you, show you how to do all that. But I also know the advantage of a supervisor, too, that will make sure that everybody else stay on task. He don't necessarily have to know what you know. He just needs to know what you need to be doing. And when they have authority and when people respect them, they can go in and make sure everything runs efficient. These two jobs we did were the two most efficient. I guarantee you won't hear that about Dowell's house. He will try to say it, but he can't. Do you know why? Because he's a liar saying that only saints have touched that house, because we all know that's not true. Those that are in the ministry know, not in this, I ain't in that ministry no more, but those of us that are in the know, I meant to say, we know that ain't true, that only saints have touched that house. That ain't true. There's been hired people come in to do stuff on that house. So he's a liar. And I got a video. Ooh, that one is, when I'm going to show y'all what Cloak of Malicious is, y'all going to see. Y'all need to be ready for that. Matter of fact, I'm going to premiere that booger. I'm going to premiere that video. Because what I'm going to do is when it do come out, I'm going to make sure I'm available and I'm in the chat and I can answer all y'all questions. Because I'm going to show you what a cloak of maliciousness look like. I know you read it all the time in the Bible. Now I'm going to show you what it looks like. And I'm going to take his video. And don't worry about it, Dal. I've already downloaded, so it's too late, nigga. Too late, sucker. Too late to delete it. I'm going to show y'all what a cloak of maliciousness looks like. See, when you're not privy to the behind the scenes things or how a person works. See, I'm very, very high in spiritual warfare. I'm very, very knowledgeable. I'm fully engaged in spiritual warfare, y'all. From the day I start serving y'all, I've been fully engaged in spiritual warfare. So I understand the wiles, the tricks, and the maneuvers of the devil and his workers. I do. I told one of these dudes the other day on a video on a show with on Brainwaves channel. I said, you think you know Pat? You say you're around him now and you work with him closely, son. You think you know him better than me? I'm a true student and I study people. Why? Because I care for their souls. That's what a real shepherd does. Dow used to be a real shepherd at one time, not no more. And he says no one's ever challenged him. I watched a video today, a little bit of it, and he said no one's ever accused him of false doctrine. Well, I'm telling you now, you're teaching false doctrine, Dow. You are teaching false doctrine to these people now. Telling these people that if they don't live on community, they're going to hell. That's a false doctrine. Telling these people that you're over them and you're a king and you're a ruler over them and submit to you. That's a false doctrine. It goes against what Jesus commanded to the apostles. I bet you want to debate that, don't you? I bet you want to debate it. I bet you do, because that's all that's in your heart is debate. But the saints can go look it up. They can go look up the words of Jesus. They can go look up and see that Jesus said, don't call anybody rabbi. Don't call anybody teacher. Don't call anybody rabbi or teacher. Don't call anybody father. And for damn sure, don't call nobody your master. Why? Y'all are brothers. You're not one over another. Somebody tell me, who did the apostle Paul rule over? Who did he force to submit to him? Who did apostle Paul exert his authority over because they disagreed with him? Oh, what's the dude's name? It doesn't escape me now. Y'all, Barnabas. Did not Paul and Barnabas have disagreements? I know they ended up working it out later down the way, but what did Paul told everybody what happened? That they split up and all that, and that's it. Why didn't he exercise his authority? Why didn't he tell all the people, don't go follow Barnabas, don't go listen to Barnabas? He's a devil. He ain't following the way no more. Why didn't he say all of that about him? Why didn't he exercise, I'm the chief apostle? Barnabas should be listening to me. Barnabas is taking my servants and people that follow me. He said, follow me as I follow Christ. He didn't say, submit yourself to me in a authoritative position where I rule over you. He never said that. The book tells us to submit ourselves one to another in the love of Christ. You never see Paul, Peter, John, any of the disciples, any of them. You never see them try to take authority over a person's life like Dow does. Oh, he doesn't? I think I can hear that spirit. Dow don't do that. So y'all trying to tell me that's not authority over Tammy? That's a grown woman in her mid-20s. And some of you clapped when he said what he said. Man, y'all wicked. He told this girl that her mom can't come visit, which I'm cool with that part. I mean, you don't have to let anybody on your land. But he told her, even if you desire to go see her, you can. Don't come back. All the work this young sister done put in and labored in him. If she has one desire to just see her mother, but it's okay for Dow to go visit his wicked family in-laws. He can go see Summer family. They're not in the faith. They wicked as hell. He had to kick Summer's dad off the community for 2 years for smoking on the land. But when they come to town now to visit, or when they come to Summer's house in Georgia East, Dow goes out there and visit them. So it's okay for Dow to go visit his wicked in-laws, but she can't go see her mom without being kicked off the community. And y'all tell me you're not controlled. Y'all tell me you're not controlled. Yeah, Michael Israel, I'm talking to you. I'm talking to you. Let's finish this because I didn't mean to be this long. Y'all need to get this understanding and see what's going on. Wait till that video come out, Coca Militia.
Ooh. So everybody just worked extremely well together, and seeing all of the brothers and you know, it's so good. Elder Mitchell said something to me down there. He said, really, this is the first, you know, time in between feasts. He was like, the real reason, you know, he's really happy. He's like, I get to see everybody. It's like almost every other week I get to see all the brothers. And when you really think about it, that's the truth, man. And the more and more efficient we get, the more and more skilled we get, man, and we put this vision out the way it's supposed to be, as Pastor Dow has been talking about for years. You're getting more and more brothers that can lay block, that can do these buildings, man. We're going to be throwing these communities up so fast, throwing up these buildings so fast.
That was a key point. I don't want to miss that. I'll make you go back and listen if you want, but I don't want to miss that point Pastor Muir just made. He's comparing what we've done here. Elder Mitchell's talking about the camaraderie, the love, the brethren come together, getting to see him. But he's saying, if we stay like this and efficient, following the vision of Pastor Dow. So it's actually Pastor Muir confessing and testifying that what we did in Georgia was following the vision of Pastor Dow. Remember, I'm being accused of doing my own thing, not following the vision of Pastor Dow. You just heard Pastor Muir confess it. If you didn't, go back about 5-10 seconds. You'll hear him say it. You'll hear him say it. See, details matter, y'all. I stop on detailed things because it makes a difference when you hearing a person confess it. Because now you got to say, well, you telling the truth back then or you telling the truth now? Because one or the other, you're lying because you done flipped up on your testimony. See, y'all, this is the same thing that Dow used to do. Y'all know that? Dow told me. He said, man, I get these folks. As soon as they come in, the first thing I do. Now, mind you, everybody know when you're new, you're going to say great stuff about everything that you knew to come into a school, you're going to say great stuff. So Dow was so sneaky back then, he would catch people coming in new, get their testimonies quickly while they were on fire. Then a year or two later, when the people like really see who the hell Dow was because they were spending time with him. Now, mind you, I'm in Georgia, so I don't know this stuff. But when people were close to Dow and they really started feeling, this dude is Jack, this is this. When they would try to say something negative, he would put their testimony up. That's exactly what he would do. And say, what happened? I'm the same. What happened? Now I can tell y'all now, I'm the same. You don't think I watched that and learned from that in a manner of, man, I ain't finna do that. I ain't finna manufacture testimonies from people when they exhilarated when they first come. Pastor Muir has been in the ministry for a long time. Elder Mitchell had been in the ministry for over a decade. Pastor Muir had been in the ministry 6, 7 years at this time, y'all. I'm not getting people's testimony when they first come in and manipulating them when they see the evil in me. First off, they ain't finna see no evil in me. Because if I did something wrong to somebody, guess what? I'm humble enough to say, look, I'm sorry. I repent. Let's work it out. Guess what, y'all? I said that not once, not twice, but 3 times to Dow in this whole thing. This man right here on this screen, that's why I want y'all to hear those videos. They ain't gonna, those tapes, they ain't gonna never put them out. Because in Wisconsin, this man right here, y'all see on your screen, Pastor Muir, he was adamant. This ain't separating. No, no, no. We're going to do this right. We're going to stay together. I don't want to hear no talk about no kind of stuff. Because you know why he was saying that? Because he was hearing it from Dow. And I was telling him that's what that spirit in Dow wants. And he didn't want to hear it. He's like, no, this ain't even on. No, we ain't separating. We going to get this together. Blah, 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 blah. But then Dow got in his ear more and more and more and more and more. And then you saw that change. He didn't give 2 craps about restoration. He didn't. Neither did Pastor Cord. This is why they were able to go do the wicked stuff that they were able to go do. Let's finish this, though. I didn't come for that. I'll get to that other stuff later. Let's go.
And I can't wait to continue to be a part of it. It was really, truly, truly a blessing, man. So, again, shout out.
Glad we
Straightway
were a
Georgia.
blessing to you.
Love y'all dearly.
I thought, y'all think he still loves us? Y'all think Pastor Muir still loves us?
Love y'all dearly. And the last thing I need is the recipe to that naan bread they made.
No, don't tell me you need some of our food. The food that Brother Vernon said is just Mexi dip. Like that's a bad meal. Mexi melt. Noodles and cheese and meat. I'm sorry, y'all. I had saints text me, multiple saints, at least 3 of them. I can't remember how many because I had to look in this phone. I don't erase nothing. But they literally texted me and said once they heard him say that, they knew he was lying because they said a lot of people in this ministry says that Straightway Georgia had the best food out of all of the communities, including Straightway. I had a mother tell me off one time because I'm in North Carolina and the mother is coming home to North Carolina. And she calls the sister, Mama Jaja. We're there visiting with Mama Jaja, right? And she calls her and let her know she's leaving Straightway and she's coming home. And then Mama Jaja shares with her that this mother has passed away. She shares with her, she says, man, Elder Rufus and Mother Jennifer, or Sister Jennifer, because she's sister then. Sister Jennifer, oh, bless y'all hearts. So, boy, I was riding down the road thinking about that Georgia cooking. And I said, Mother, how you leaving Straightway? How you thinking about our cooking? And she went off on me. Nigga, I know what I'm thinking about. I ain't saying nothing negative about Straightway cooking. It's good. It ain't like Georgia. I was like, dang. Now, Straightway got some good food. I love Straightway food. I did. I loved Straightway food, their cooks and stuff. I'm not dogging their food. But I thought that was really funny. She like literally rebuked the crap out of me because I'm thinking, if you leave a Straightway, what you doing? Think about our food. She like Georgia food. And I heard that testimony on the sneak from a lot of folk. Now, I think most of the places we go in, I can't think of too many places I went where I didn't enjoy the food in the ministry of Straightway. I just keep it in a buck. I'm not going to sit up here and cap. And I've been everywhere. I can't think of off the top of my head where I just like, man, I don't never want to eat there again. You see what I'm saying? So I'm not dogging nobody's food. What I'm saying is there was a lot of folk that thought Straightway Georgia had the best food in the ministry. Everybody's entitled to their opinion. You know what I'm saying? It's just an opinion. But I just thought that was funny. And then here you got Pastor Me. We got people out here saying that we ain't serving them properly, but he wants recipes from stuff we cooking. Let's finish.
These sisters up here need to get that. That bread they made with that one dinner was amazing. I was talking about that bread. Me and a few brothers was talking about that bread the whole time. Oh, man. But bless y'all. Bless y'all. Looking forward to the Shabbat. to get as much rest as possible so we can get right back at it. But I got a lot of work to do today too. So bless y'all. Love y'all. May the Most High y'all bless y'all all abundantly in the name of Jesus Messiah. Bless y'all.
All right. So here's another testimony from a leader of Straightway that has come to the community that I was running, that I was the lead dog there, the head, you know what, in charge. Now, mind you, Elder Mitchell said something critical in his thing, and what he was trying to tell y'all is that he's seeing a community be run when men are free. That's what he's trying to tell you. They're not being, the people are not being lorded over at all because the atmosphere is so conducive for them and the environment is so conducive for them to grow spiritually. They're free to make spiritual mistakes, see it, be exposed, and grow from it. From the oldest person in that community all the way down to the children. Think about both of these testimonies. These men are talking about me, my immediate family, all the saints that are under me, right? And even the children. They're both testifying about this. What happened? What happened? Now, look, all y'all be ready. I think I'm going to do it as a premiere. Now, y'all know I'm going to do a little plug here. We got the Porch Talk tomorrow, 7 p.m. Uh, that's August 13th. So Porch Talk is tomorrow. We're getting started with our first episode, me and Mother Jennifer. That's going to be a little different thing. We're going to really help the saints do what they need to do. I pray that we don't have to do a lot of talking about Straightway on that. We shouldn't have to. I'll save this platform and the stuff that I'm doing to talk about that stuff, to expose that level of wickedness coming from Dow right now. And the wicked people that want to associate themselves with him, even though they see he hearkens to lies. They don't care what Proverbs say. They don't. So we'll deal with that here. Hopefully on Porch Talk, real talk for real people, we can get on that and we can discuss the things that's really going on in y'all lives, the stuff that y'all having issues with, the stuff that y'all are struggling with, the things that y'all need understanding on. The Bible said, in all thy getting, get an understanding. That's what we're aiming for to do when it comes to Porch Talk. And you're going to get a pastor's perspective and a brother's perspective and an elder's perspective. You're going to get a sister's perspective and a mother's perspective. You see what I'm saying? You're going to get the full gamut. We're going to do a nice breakdown for y'all know who y'all are associating with. Because I don't just come in and believe everybody that's watching going to know who we are. So the first show tomorrow, we're going to do a bunch of breakdown of who we are, what my family consists of. We will talk a little bit about what we've been through, but we're not going to focus on that. We'll get to what we need to get to, and then we're going to interact because we want this thing to be interactive. Now, I'm not going to be pulling people up on a panel this week. We've got I got a lot of emails I got to go through that Mother sent me. I still haven't went through it. I will. I'll do it tonight, tomorrow, before we get on. I will. I don't know if we're going to cover those emails. I don't know if I'm just going to respond, if I'm going to save them. But I do want to do an interactive thing to where I'll be on my phone, even though I'll probably be recording it from like my iPad. So I'll make sure it's charged up and have an extra battery out there because I don't know how long we're going to go. But I also want to have a segment where y'all can see, like most people, they charge you, right? Send a cash app and I'll answer your question. No, we're not going to do that. We're not going to charge you for the gospel. We're not going to charge you for the truth. Just not going to do it. Okay? We ain't even soliciting that. But I want your questions. All right? And then we'll look through those questions, me and Mother, and then we will answer them. We will try to highlight some. I mean, it just depends on how many people. It's live, y'all. So it depends on how many people are going to be in there. We may not get everybody's question. Please don't be mad. If you got it really bad and you want it answered, send us an email. We gave y'all the email. It's porchtalklife@gmail.com. Porchtalklife@gmail.com. All right. So you can send questions, comments, statements, testimonies. You can send all of that to the email. And then if it's something urgent we see, we'll get to it. But we're very, very excited to be able to be in fellowship with y'all when it comes to this Porch Talk thing. It is a level of fellowship. Okay. And I know that there is a major need in Israel right now for spiritual guidance, because I know for a lot of the folk that were associated with, they ain't getting nothing. You know how I know? Because that was my responsibility. That was one of my main jobs there. And it consumed a whole lot of my time dealing with, first off, the heads of each one of these fellowships, starting with Pastor Dow. Because guess what, y'all? Guess who was the counsel for Pastor Dow and his family? Guess who was the counsel? Especially when it came to marital issues. Guess who they came to? Myself and Mother Jennifer. And see, some of y'all that like the drama, that's what y'all want me to talk about. I ain't that kind of dude. It'll never happen. When you're counseling somebody of a private matter, you keep that private. When you're helping folk with deliverance, it is not your job to go out here and start spewing off what they had issues with when they're deliverance. See, I saw Dow do that with one of the brothers. He gets all mad and he a homosexual. He did. See, that's stuff that he only found out because we was doing deliverance and helping an individual in that area. But he wants to go out here and blast it to the whole world. I didn't say his name. You shouldn't be mentioning it. Because I'm not mentioning the stuff that you came to me. Not one, not two, not three, not four, not five, not six, not seven, not eight. I don't know how many times they came to us. Now, guess what, y'all? Ask Dow how many times I came to him for marital counseling. Ask Dow how many times I came to him for counsel for anything, honestly, really. Ask him. Ask him. Were there things that Dow knew? Mostly I was about building this and that, all that kind of stuff. In the early days when he was righteous, oh, absolutely. I went to Dow, not marital, we didn't have no issues, but I went to Dow about a lot of stuff. Because think about it, you're going to go through a lot of issues in community. A lot of them. So yes, did I go to him about community life in the beginning? Oh, absolutely. But boy, once I got my feet solid, wasn't no need to, because I was doing everything by the book. I was getting it done. I was listening to the Holy Spirit. Dow used to be good, y'all. I will confess that. When I came in 2011, all that, Dow was righteous back then. He was trying to be. Now, what I'm finding out from inside sources that were there, he had these same tendencies back then. Again, I'm living in Georgia, y'all. So I don't see him. And then people don't cry out. I don't know how many people have gotten in touch with me and told me he did this, he did this, he did this. And I'm like, you never said nothing. They said, yeah, I know. And they still don't want to say nothing. I don't understand that. Some of these people are still hurting. Some of these people are still in pain. Some of these people are still broken. Well, guess what? That stumbling block that Dow put before them, they blood gonna be on Dow's hand. I know that for a fact. I know that for a fact. Oh, I sure do. I know that for a fact. That blood gonna be on his hands because he was a stumbling block that killed them in the faith, that made them say this ain't worth it no more and give up. Yep. Oh, y'all gonna deal with. That's why when Mother Carol's interpretation came, that's why y'all said, "I'm weary of you, Israel. I'm weary of you, and I'm gonna separate you." That's exactly what it said. There's more to it. I may go through that here recently too, so everybody can hear what that was. Since Dow got a problem telling everybody the whole interpretation, he only wants to give you 2 or 3 or 4 parts of it. It was 6 parts of that interpretation. I'll give you the whole thing. I don't care. You need to know it anyways, because this is what's happening to Israel. This is why I'm crying aloud and sparing not, because I need for y'all to see the wickedness that y'all attaching yourself to. And it needs to be dealt with. I still love the saints. I still love the people. I don't give a crap what he say. His word means nothing. His word, boy, it's worse than runny boo boo. It is. It's worse than that. So I don't care about nothing. It's because every single thing he says is cloaked in some kind of maliciousness. It's some kind of lie twisted up, and he's trying to present it like it's truth. We're going to expose it all. We're going to expose it all. All right, y'all. I didn't mean for this video to be this long, but y'all getting the point. Hey, hopefully I see the majority of y'all tomorrow when it comes to Porch Talk. That's going to be at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Myself and Mother Jennifer, we're going to be live, y'all. Live from the porch. Porch we can't be kicked off of. Oh, bless y'all, saints. Bless y'all. Shalom, shalom.